Pumpkin flavor is probably on your mind this time of year, and today we're going to show you a versatile dish you can enjoy for breakfast, lunch, or even dinner. Joining me now is food writer Jenn Arata. Nice to have you back here, Jenn.
Thanks.
Before we get cooking here, tell me a little bit about That's So Jenn.
Sure, so that'ssojenn.com, 2 S's and 2 N's, is a food website. We have step-by-step recipes as you see here. There's party planning tips, chef interviews, lots of great things you can follow along at home, stuff for kids, healthy, allergy-friendly. So we've got a full range.
You do, and now you have a little one at home. How's she doing?
She's doing great. Emma is 6.5 months already. It is
oh my gosh.
Flying by, so she'll be on with us for Halloween next month.
Very
so
good. We'll look forward to
that. Excited. And you can check out That's So Jenn. I have a column in Dairy News and New Canaan News every month, so you can get recipes there too.
Love that. All right, so how do we get cooking here?
Sure. So what we're making today is these great quesadillas. We're going to start with, we have sweet potatoes with some rosemary, we have black beans, and this spiced pumpkin seed pesto. So it's a really great thing for the whole family. We're going to start here with our sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are actually one of the healthiest vegetables you can find. You don't want a yam. Yams are like the imposters. They're kind of like candy. They taste good, but they're not as good for you. So here we're going to peel our sweet potatoes. We chop them up. We're going to put them on a baking sheet. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees and have that ready.
Okay.
And to this, we're going to add a little olive oil. And we're just going to roast these in the oven, which just brings out that really delicious flavor.
Okay.
And just a little kosher salt and some pepper. And this is just, just a very mild spice. Of course, you could leave it off if you're sensitive. And some finely chopped white onion. And when this comes out, the flavor is so incredible. It doesn't take long at all.
Should we put rosemary?
We're going to add some rosemary too. And here, if you want to do that, you add some. This is really fun if you have kids in the house because you just pull it right off the sprigs.
Okay.
And just smell it.
From your garden?
It smells amazing. Oh, of course, of course. It just smells so good. And this almost reminds me almost of summer. So I said this is like the perfect time of year for this dish. It's kind of like the end of summer, the beginning of fall, because you have the hearty, delicious sweet potatoes. And we roast these in the oven, and they're going to come out like this, so nice and soft and full of flavor. Keeps all that really good, rich ingredient that you need. And then here we're going to make our pumpkin seed pesto. So while that's in the oven, we have these. These are roasted pumpkin seeds. They're shelled, and they have sea salt. So we're going to add these to our food processor. We're going to add a little curry powder, some nutmeg. That really gives you your good fall flavor.
Sure.
And some ground cinnamon. And then some sage leaves. Give these a smell. They smell so good.
Oh, they
has like a really good, right? So this actually really reminds me of fall. When I have a pumpkin lasagna recipe on That's So Jenn. We use sage for that. And these flavors together are just fantastic. So we're gonna blend this in our food processor. Or actually, I'm sorry, we're gonna add our olive oil first. This is like the key to making everything move along. Otherwise it would just be dry, right?
Well, it's similar to a basil pesto, right?
Exactly. You can make pesto with just about anything. I have like an asparagus pesto, a kale pesto on That's So Jenn. And we're just gonna give this.
And where did the idea for this recipe come from?
This actually, we go to this great restaurant beer bar that we've been going to for a while, my husband and I, before the baby. And there were these spiced pumpkin seeds that we loved. And I was just trying to recreate the flavor at home. So I was playing around and I was like, why not turn it into a pesto? And then I wanted to do something else with it. So this is great. So it turns out something like this right here. And what's great about it too is you can make it ahead. I like anything you can kind of do in advance. Part of the point of this recipe, we're going to start layering our quesadilla. Part of the point is that you want to have things that you can do with not a lot of time.
Yes.
So we're going to have, these are whole wheat tortillas, but you can use gluten-free if you have that, in your house, if you have a celiac issue or just gluten sensitivity. We're going to layer, this is very thinly sliced cheese, which I like getting. It's a sharp cheddar. Okay. If you use a sharp cheese, a little bit goes a long way because there's more flavor. This melts really nicely, and the good thing about the thin, it's actually lower in calories, so it's just, as an adult you're watching, and there's calcium for your kids. There's good whole grain here for the children as well with the good benefits for that. And then we're going to add some black beans to it that have been rinsed and drained. Okay. And these have lots of fiber and also good protein. Actually, do you want to make one?
Sure.
You can start layering over here, and I'll make one over here.
All right.
But what's great about this is, like I said, you can make it ahead. So right now, kids are back in school. You might be working.
Where do the black beans come from? Is this something you can buy in a can?
You can get it in a can.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. And these are great pantry ingredients. So, keep these in your pantry. Cheese lasts in the fridge for a while. Tortillas last a long time. You can make,
kind of a go-to, right?
It's a go-to. All these are, spices you can have, and, just pick up some fresh herbs on occasion. So it's really easy. And if you want to grab, if you don't mind, the sweet potatoes, please.
Yes.
And then we're going to layer some of our delicious pumpkin seed pesto.
Which goes first? Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter.
All right.
Sometimes I do this before the beans. And the pumpkin seed pesto, you know, if your kids are adventurous eaters, it's wonderful. You know, have them give it a try, and if they want to leave it off, then just keep this for the adults.
Okay.
But it's a wonderful thing. You can make this for dinner, and then you can use it as leftovers for the kids' lunch. They can even eat it cold. And when we cut it up, it's just a perfect bite for them. You can add chicken if you want. If you're working on a meatless Monday dish, this is the one for you.
There you go.
Of course, if you need to leave off the cheese, you can leave off the cheese. You could add
so
egg.
many varieties,
Absolutely.
right?
You could add
and
egg
you
for
said this
breakfast.
was good for breakfast too, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
You throw a little egg in there. So we're gonna layer it like so, and then we have our griddle here. You can use a pan. I'm gonna put a little.
Wait, I didn't put any pesto on.
Non-stick bacon. Well, get with it. That's the best part. So this is our
it smells
griddle.
really good.
Listen to the good sizzle. And then we're gonna just layer this on top like a sandwich. And again, get the kids in the kitchen. They can do their layering, they can blend the pesto. So it's lots of fun. And then I like to take a plate and just push down.
Okay.
Because it just gets it nice and flat.
Should I put this on here?
Absolutely.
All right, we have about a minute left.
Sure. So basically what we'll do, we'll give this a minute to set.
Okay.
And then we'll flip them over. I like to use a pizza cutter to cut them. And you got these great triangles right here. So again, it's great for dinner. It's a good grab and go snack. It's something you can always have around, and it's perfect this time of year. There's lots of complex flavors, so everyone will really love it. And it just kind of screams fall.
It certainly does. Well, this is a great recipe. We're going to taste this at the end of the show, coming up right after the break.
Sounds
Jen,
good.
thanks for being here.
Great, thank you.
All right.